It's Temple Tuesday. I'm Joey, and I'm here at the Community of Christ Temple in Independence, Missouri. And today I'm standing outside of the First Presidency's office. The First Presidency is composed of three different persons. First, we have our President Prophet, Stephen M. Veazey, also known as Steve Veazey, and he has two different counselors, President Stacy Cram, who also serves currently as the presiding bishop of Community of Christ, as well as President Scott Murphy, and together they make up the First Presidency and preside over the international church. One of the very important roles of the First Presidency is to offer prophetic vision to the church. And that word prophetic is profound and important to us because in Community of Christ, not only do we see ourselves as a people with a prophet, but we are called over and over and over again to think about what it means to be a prophetic people and to continue to become a prophetic people in a broken and world in need. And so I love that here at their offices, as the First Presidency comes in and out of their offices, that they're confronted with this logo of the church and these words right here. That this depiction that comes from Isaiah, where a lion shall lie down with a lamb and a little child shall lead them, is grounded in this concept of peace, Christ's peace, that goes to the heart of prophetic vision. And then we're called with these words to understand our purpose and our calling to be a people of the temple. And not just here in Independence, but the ministries of the temple that we do around the world. It says the temple shall be dedicated to the pursuit of peace. It shall be for reconciliation and healing of the spirit. And I just love that these images and words are right here as our leadership walks in and out of their offices, understanding what their role is and what it means to provide an understanding of prophetic vision as they proclaim God's vision for all of creation and help us understand what our mission is to be and what it's to look like out in the world. A key word for this understanding is discernment, to listen, to watch, to sense, to think about, to reflect upon, to dialogue with others, to be in conversation, to just simply perceive, and at some point to begin to interpret what God's vision is for us and for the world, and then to partner with others who also see that vision to make that vision a reality here on earth. Another important role of the First Presidency is to be interpreters of the sacraments. And so not only do they help us understand what the sacraments mean for us, but they also often give us helpful changes to our procedures to continue to expand and widen the scope and reach of our sacraments to be tools and instruments not only of divine encounters, but also for spiritual growth and revival of the church. And when I think about the last 20 to 30 years of the sacraments that have been affected, here's just a few that come to mind. Online worships. Just most recently, how has that allowed and released the Spirit to move in and among us as a people? Open communion, to provide the Lord's Supper for any who believe in Christ, to extend the sacrament of ordination to women many years ago, but most recently to our LGBTQ plus community, and widening our understanding of the evangelist blessing, that it's not maybe just one time, one blessing, but it can be a blessing for many people, for groups of people, for an entire congregation, or an individual can receive that blessing at different phases of their spiritual journey. As agents of justice and peacemaking in the world, the First Presidency guides the church in its understanding of how we pursue peace in the world. And so this summer, in our reunion and camping materials, you will see that there is a focus of the question of what role does nonviolence play as we consider ourselves to be agents of Christ's peace in the world. And over this past year, our president has offered a guiding question pertinent to our pursuit of peace. He says, are we heading towards Jesus, the peaceful one? And so here is your challenge today. I want you to think if there are any words of counsel or words that have come from the First Presidency that have been words of inspiration for you or have helped you on your spiritual journey. I'll share you mine. They come from section 165, where it reads, "Beloved community of Christ, do not just speak and sing of Zion, live, love, and share as Zion, those who strive to be visibly one in Christ, among whom there are no poor or oppressed." We'll see you next week.